Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope everybody had a wonderful Monday. Um, I'm going to go over this Monday night game real quick. It'll be a pretty quick rundown of the Vikings and the Bears matchup. Getting started on the game. Um, Dalvin Cook has pretty much been the Vikings' offense this season. Last week he had 206 yards, 9.4 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns. He has 130 or more yards in 3 of the last 4 games. And I believe one of those the game that he didn't is the game that he ended up getting injured and had to leave early. And the Vikings have won every game that he has hit the 100-yard mark. He leads the league in rushing with 858 yards, and he's also first in touchdowns with 12 touchdowns on the season, and has over 5.5 yards per carry. So fantasy-wise, he's an automatic start. If he's playing, he's a start for sure. The Bears did have some success last week against the run, holding Derrick Henry to 68 yards and 3.2 yards a carry. For the year, they're holding running backs to 4 yards per carry. So they're pretty decent against the run. But I think Dalvin Cook will still definitely get his for sure. The Bears aren't an easy team to pass on, which is not good for Kirk Cousins, which he doesn't throw a lot anyways. With the success Dalvin Cook is having, last week the Bears, for the year the Bears are holding quarterbacks to an 84.2 passer rating, which is 4th best in the league, and 218 yards per game, which is 8th best in the league. The Bears pass rush, like I said, is decent, but like I said earlier, Cousins doesn't throw a lot, and when he does throw, they've been quality throws, kind of high percentage. They put him in good situations to throw, and that running game definitely helps that. Last week he did have 220 yards and 3 touchdowns, a 141.7 passer rating, and that's the second straight game that he had a passer rating of at least 135. So his high percentage throws are working out for him. As far as fantasy goes, he's getting some touchdowns, but he's not getting a lot of yards. So if you have other options at quarterback, I would definitely use those. On the other hand, on the other side, rather, Nick Foles, his stat line last week looked pretty good, but the majority of that came in the fourth quarter when they were trailing and having to pass the ball. But his yard per average was still below 7, and it has been below 7 in every game that or yards per attempt, has been below 7 in every game that he's played this year for the Bears. For the year, he has 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a 6.1 yards per attempt average, and an 83.8 rating. He's also been sacked 12 times in the last 3 games. The Vikings pass defense, however, they are allowing a 105 rating for the year, which is 28th in the league, and they're allowing 287.9 yards per game. So maybe that's something that Nick Foles and Allen Robinson can take advantage of, and Jimmy Graham as well. Let's see. The Vikings, they are tied for the lead with allowing 5 rushing touchdowns allowed this year, and they're top 5 in getting off the field on third down, allowing a 37.2 conversion rate. The Bears are the worst rushing team in the NFL with 83.2 yards per game and 2 touchdowns, and second worst in yards per carry at 3.7. So as far as passing goes, I think it will be a pass-heavy night for the Bears, just because I do believe they'll get down early, and like I said, they have the worst running game in the NFL, and the Vikings have a pretty good rush defense. So the Bears are 4th worst in also fourth worst in scoring at 19.8 points per game, and total offense at 317.8 yards per game. So their offense isn't very prolific, but it their defense makes up for not having a great offense in most cases. Um, Vikings are bottom 4 in total defense, allowing 413 yards per game. Their passing defense is allowing 287.9 yards per game, and they've allowed 19 touchdowns. And they are in the bottom 10 as far as points allowed at 29.3 points per game. The Bears have the number one third down defense in the league, allowing a 31% conversion rate on third down, which is pretty insane. So that creates a lot more drives for the Bears offense. Which, like I said, the Bears offense has struggled, but their defense, being as good as they are, definitely helps them out offensively. It puts them in good field position. And Allen Robinson, of course, is Nick Foles' favorite target, him and Jimmy Graham. So those two guys, they're going to get their numbers in the Bears games. Those are two you can pretty much count on. As far as Vikings go, of course, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, he's a pretty good fantasy guy. Justin Jefferson, he's had some pretty good games. He still isn't that go-to fantasy guy as far as having a starter receiver. If he's anything, he'd be more of a flex, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick rundown of this game. I didn't have a whole lot. It was kind of a last minute preparation. As some of you know, I did have a death in the family over last week and had the funeral over the weekend, so I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. But hope everyone has a great night, enjoys the game, and for the most part, I guess everybody's lineups are pretty much set with it being the last game of the week, the Monday night game. So as far as this game goes, of course, like I said, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Allen Robinson, Jimmy Graham are just some key guys in this game. But good luck to everyone. Sorry I didn't have more. It was, like I said, it's kind of last minute, but I do appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be back with you on Thursday for the Thursday night matchup. And as always, come with us if you want to win. Thank you, guys.